Hey guys, this is the hike to Lone Pine Lake. Ta-da, Lone Pine Lake. It is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. So this hike starts in Whitney Portal, which is where the Mount Whitney hike starts. And there's a campground and a store. It's sort of a popular tourist destination. Now, if you're in Whitney Portal and you want to do a hike, but you don't have a permit to do Mount Whitney, or you don't feel like doing a crazy 22-mile hike, you can do this one. It's just a fraction of the Mount Whitney hike. It's actually shares the same trail. It's short and there's climbing. It's definitely tough, but it's not Mount Whitney tough. And if you go to the website, HikingGuy.com, there's a link in the video description. I have the distances, the climbing, everything you need to know to do the hike. But otherwise, let me show you the turn by turns. It's a pretty hike.
So the hike starts at the Mt Whitney Trailhead. It's right across the street at Whitney Portal from those bathrooms there. And if you go to the website, I have a little map that will help you find this because there are a lot of different parking areas here. This is right next to the general store, if that helps. But you're going to head up on the Mt Whitney Trail, and it's pretty easy to follow. And then right after the beginning, it's going to go through this wood structure, and there's a little scale where you can weigh your backpack, and there's notices about any kind of closures or potential hazards or things to know about on the trail, and you're just going to read what you need to and hike on through here. And right after that, it goes to this little Boulder Field, which can kind of be tricky. Might be the trickiest part of the hike, but you're going to kind of climb around the boulders, and then in a few minutes, you're going to be on a trail climbing up. You'll be able to see Lone Pine down in the distance there as you climb up above Whitney Portal. Now, it's a tough climb, but it's not crazy. It's not a crazy tough climb, but you're going to keep on climbing. And eventually, you're going to come up to Kirlian Creek. You're going to cross over to the left here of the creek. Sometimes this is just a trickle, and sometimes there's more water in there. If you have hiking boots, you can kind of bound across it. And shortly after Kirlian Creek is the North Fork of the Lone Pine Creek, and you're going to keep left of the trail junction here. Now, there's a lot of water right now, but there are stones to jump across. And again, this can be more wet or less wet depending on the year. Shortly after that, you're going to have a neat little sign telling you you're entering the John Muir Wilderness. And then right after that, there's a little hiker notice board. I never see anything too important there, usually just telling you to watch out for bears or not to go to the bathroom in the woods. But you're going to keep going, and once you're past that section, you'll be able to see kind of the plateau where the lake is up there. You can see that little flat part in the middle. That's where Lone Pine Lake is, and that's going to be your ultimate destination. And the trail climbs up a bit. There's some little stairs and some switchbacks, but again, it's all pretty gradual. It's very doable. It's a climb, but it's not crazy killer climb. As you go up, you might see a waterfall off to the left there. That's the overflow from Lone Pine Lake and Lone Pine Creek over there. So keep an eye out for that. And eventually you're going to cross over Lone Pine Creek on these really neat little logs here. And you don't need to do anything special. It's pretty easy to walk across. Make sure you look down. There's always some trout in the water here. So go ahead and cross that. And then once you're over that, you're at the junction for Lone Pine Lake. You're going to make the left. Going right brings you up to Mount Whitney in the permit area, but left, again, requires no permit. There's no campfires, but you're going to keep on heading down here to the lake, and eventually you'll reach the lake area. And there's a neat little beach. There's logs to sit on, and obviously beautiful scenery. So that's it. From here, you just go back down the way you came, and that's the hike.
So that's the hike, Lone Pine Lake. Definitely worth a visit. And again, it's not super hard. You have definitely a climb, but it's pretty easy to make it up here. Now, if you want to do the hike, go to Hiking Guy, where I have all of the information for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you could do me a big favor and click that little thumbs up button, that helps other people find the hike. And yeah, give it a try. It's a fun one. It's beautiful, and I highly recommend it. See you later.